Hey now, everybody. The playoffs start today. How excited are you? So, let me opine on the path to the Super Bowl that I see. Today's first game is going to be Kansas City at Houston. The Texans' lack of quarterback is going to come haunt them today. Kansas City's won 10 straight. Kansas City wins 30-17. Next game I have is Steelers at Bengals. Bengals without Andy Dalton. And plus, the Steelers had a lead in the first game that they played. Ben Roethlisberger threw 2 picks late and couldn't come back. So they could have beaten Cincinnati 3 times this year. And then, of course, they demolished them in the second game. But I have the Steelers winning today 33-24. Next game I got is, because of the staggered playoff system the NFL has, next game will be Kansas City at Denver. They barely lost to Denver in Week 2 and crushed them in Week 10. Peyton Manning always has this knack for losing his first playoff game. And he's up there in age and he looks hurt. I know they have the number 1 defense in the league. I don't think that stops them. I see Kansas City winning 24-17 to move on to the AFC Championship game. Next game I have is the Steelers at New England. And for some reason, the Steelers were a really big Super Bowl pick a couple weeks ago, but then they haven't looked very good in their last 2 games. And this is a rematch from Week 1, obviously. The Steelers missed 3 field goals in that game and lost by 7. But the Pats are going to have O-line help now. Their wide receivers are going to get healthy against the 30th ranked pass defense. Patriots win 30-20, which brings us to the AFC Championship. And I know Kansas City's been super hot, but that stops now in a close one because they do have a good defense. And Tom Brady hasn't done really well against good pass rushes this year if you use the tail of the tape. But Patriots win 23-16 to advance to the Super Bowl. Now let's get to the NFC. Seattle and Minnesota. I know Minnesota won the division this year, but Seattle is really hot right now. Russell Wilson has had 250 yards in 6 of his last 7 games. He's also thrown for 25 touchdowns in that span. That's incredible. Seattle also has the number 1 rushing defense in yards total. And so that, I know Adrian Peterson's good. He's going to get his, but that puts the ball on the role in Teddy Bridgewater's hands, who's only had 250 yards 4 times this year. I don't see him being able to help Minnesota win that game. I have Seattle winning 27-16. And then we got the Green Bay-Washington matchup. And Washington, good story, won a horrid division this year. I like Kirk Cousins, but Washington's 28th ranked defense is not going to be able to stop Aaron Rodgers, who I guess is having a down year. I mean, it may be true, whatever. It's 3,800 yards, 31 touchdowns. But Green Bay is going to be able to go into Washington and win 23-17. Which brings us to the second round. We have Seattle against Carolina. It's a rematch from Week 6 where the Panthers won 27-24. I see the same outcome. Panthers at home. West Coast to East Coast. Score is going to be 30-25. Panthers advance to the NFC Championship game. So then we go to Green Bay at Arizona. And Arizona rematch from Week 17 where Arizona won 38-8. They're going to keep rolling. Carson Palmer, I believe this will be his first playoff win. He's going to get it. They're going to win 27-17. And then the NFC Championship game. We got the Panthers versus the Cardinals in Carolina. Should be really good, but that Panther pass rush is going to get to Carson Palmer. He won't get a second playoff win this year. Panthers are going to win 30-26 to advance to the Super Bowl. So, Panthers and Patriots. If you look at that New England defense, they're in the top tier in both rushing yards and passing yards allowed. Panthers have an all-around good team except for their wide receiver core. So I think New England is going to be all over Cam Newton. He won't have a lot of time to do anything. Pats repeat 27-13. Leave them.